we should be taking day flight instead of night flight.
Yeah.
Reason being, if you take night flight with kids, okay, sometimes maybe your kids sleep, but being on an aircraft, you as parents, you won't sleep as well as on the bed. So by the end of the flight, say maybe you reach your destination about maybe 4-5 a.m, you'll be dead tired. And then you have to start the day already being tired.
This is if you take a night flight.
If you take a night flight, yes. Yeah, you start the day already being tired, and then your kids, since they slept on the airplane, and then they'll be fresh AF.
Welcome to a fresh episode of our brand new vodcast, Between Shifts. I'm Wiro.
I'm Sam.
Right, so hopefully y'all can catch our content on our platforms, which will be on Spotify and on YouTube. So do give us a follow, share, subscribe, whatever it is on these two platforms, as well as on our socials, TikTok and Instagram. Right? So
True.
So basically, right now, right, we are actually recording on Christmas Eve, and boy, the roads have been very sleepy. Actually, the whole country has been very sleepy.
It is, bro. It is.
It's like, it feels like almost like Singapore during Chinese New Year.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, it is.
And coupled with the fact that the weather, right, the weather has been quite erratic, but especially today, it rained. It's just a sleepy mood, but here we are, and rightfully so. I think a lot of people are going for holidays, right? A lot of people are holidays, and I think that's why we have very few people right now in Singapore, as well as because Singapore's not a very Christmassy country, right? So I guess all these people, they are in all these very Christmassy kind of cities to celebrate Christmas, especially with the decors and all. And you yourself just came back from quite a Christmassy country.
I did, yes. I actually went to Australia, Perth.
How was it?
So it was very, I would say, tiring.
Yeah, I mean,
two kids.
I mean,
that's what we're going to talk about, right?
Yeah, it's well understood for millennials with babies and toddlers. The first adjective to describe
normal.
A completed holiday will be tiring. But how's the weather? Is it summer there? It's summer, right?
Yes, Australia is summer at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Winter in the middle of the year. So it's opposite of Europe.
Was it very
and
Christmassy? The feel, the vibes?
Okay, so at night. Okay, so Australia, if you all have been there,
Perth, right? You went to Perth.
Perth, yes. So if you all have been there, Australia in general, by 5 p.m. all the shops are closed.
Oh, okay.
So only certain places at night alive. So
which I assume will be the nightlife,
yeah.
Or not particularly?
Not particularly,
okay.
Yeah. Maybe some malls are open, but
okay.
most of the malls are closed. So those that are open at night, they have some like Christmassy feeling, all the Christmas trees and all.
Yeah, because at night then you feel this kind of thing.
Correct.
Right.
In the day you don't really.
Yeah. It's just like a normal day to day, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oh wow. And 4 of you traveled.
4.
Okay. So for Sam and myself, we both are raising not together. We both separately with our own wives, we are raising a baby and a toddler. Both our kids are all 4 kids are. I don't know how to put this. Okay, my first and his first are of the same age. His second and my second are of the same age. So you all traveled, 4 of you.
Correct.
Right. 4-year-old
and
1-year-old.
1 year plus.
1 year each old. Right. How was that? How was the experience?
Okay. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay.
About the flight first.
Yeah. Okay, this is something that we disagree on. We spoke about this before. We disagree on, but let's hear him out.
Personally, I believe we should be taking day flight instead of night flight.
Yeah.
Reason being, if you take night flight with kids, okay, sometimes maybe your kids sleep, but being on an aircraft, you as parents, you won't sleep as well as on the bed. So by the end of the flight, say maybe you reach your destination about maybe 4-5 a.m, you'll be dead tired, and then you have to start the day already being tired.
This is if you take a night flight.
If you take a night flight, yes. Yeah, you start the day already being tired, and then your kids, since they slept on the airplane, and then they'll be fresh AF by 6 a.m. So you will be tired, your kids will be fresh. That's not a good combo.
So what's your objective? So the objective of taking a day flight is for them to remain awake.
Correct. It's for them. Actually, it's more for you.
So all four of you remain awake.
Correct.
I mean, in idealistically.
Yes, idealistically. So at least you get a good night's rest when you reach your destination. Say maybe 3 p.m. So by 7 you get a good night's rest together with your kids, because they follow the same. You follow the same sleep cycle as them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay. So this is Perth is the first time you went, just the four of you.
Correct.
Right? Did you project a scenario where the baby cries throughout?
You mean in the day, in the plane?
During your day flight lah, right?
Yeah.
Do you project, or do you visualize that scenario where if she cried continuously?
I did. So okay. So if your baby cries, I mean, as parents, you would probably know by now what your kids want, right? Like, if she cries, maybe she wants milk, or she wants to eat, or she's just bored. So we have our so-called backup plan, such as like you give them things to do, like you have some activity book.
For the baby,
yeah, activity book, or like activity play things for her to do.
Yeah, bro, but they can last like what, 20 minutes?
It's good enough. I mean, she will take naps, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So at times she will eat, at times she will take naps, and then when she's awake, she's bored, let her play, have some fun with the activity book, and then in fact, when I took the airplane, I brought her walk down the aisles, up and down.
Really?
Yeah. And then after that, a lot of the other passengers were like, playing with her. Okay, that kills some time.
Okay,
maybe.
It's like stretching a bit.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, as toddlers, you cannot just put them in one location.
Okay, I want to ask you. Okay, you took a low cost carrier.
Yes.
Right. Was the plane and okay? Did you sit at the front seat? When I say front seat, is we like the first row of seats.
No, I sat in the middle.
So it's between.
Correct.
What's the configuration? 3, 4, 3.
It was no. It was 3-3.
3-3.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 left, 3 right, and you all took all 3, right?
Took all 3, yes. And so my baby was sitting on my wife's lap.
Okay. And the leg space, okay for the 3 of you?
Okay.
I mean, for your toddler, okay lah. For your wife, should be okay. For you?
For me, okay lah. 10 years ago, me would be much better, but yeah. Okay lah.
We can't be choosers for now. Okay, so when you booked the flight, like was there any option when you go low cost carriers, right? Were there any options for like kids friendly stuff? Like, okay, like for example, when you have a full flight carrier, like they have bassinets, this kind of thing. Was there an option for low cost carrier?
That particular one, no, don't have. But there was option for extra leg room, but we didn't take that option.
I mean, it's just extra leg room lah.
Correct.
Nothing specifically
catered for babies. Yeah.
Anything interesting happened? Change of diapers? Poop?
Okay. Still the same. You still have to go to the.
Did it happen? No, because it happened to me.
Okay, it happened, yes. But I mean, there's nothing special lah. You just bring them to the what's it called, level 3.
Yeah.
Then to change that, okay. But it was really very tight space.
Yeah. No, that's the special thing. that's the part where, like, challenge us.
True.
May not be challenged 10 years ago us.
Yes.
But current us.
Yes. Yeah. But I didn't have much problems. It was just trying to adjust.
Quite straightforward.
Quite straightforward.
Right? It's just, but it's an experience to do it.
Correct. Yeah.
Thousands of miles.
Okay. Then for my daughter, right, I had to bring down that so-called table. She couldn't lie down straight like that, so I had to put her horizontally.
She's not facing
correct.
you,
She's
right?
not facing
She's
you.
on the side, right?
She's horizontally. Then I had to like.
Yeah, she's like sushi.
Correct. And she was turning around. And, okay lah, that was a challenge. But other than that,
okay. So I went also recently. I think, but before my baby, the baby, as in my baby, my younger one, turned 1. So I think it's about 10 months old. So ours was a bit of a longer flight. So we went to UK, Scotland.
what flight carrier you took?
Okay, when we from Singapore to get to Edinburgh, there is no direct flight, so we had to split it up. So I experienced both a transit flight with a baby with 2 kids, and also when we on way back we took BA, British Airways, British Airways, which is a direct 13-hour. Okay, so going is 6 plus 3-hour transit plus 6, so that's about. It was a 16-hour flight in total, 17-hour flight. So okay, so both flights, I think it was great. They had the availability of bassinets, right? So before I talk about the in-flight experience, so when I am checking in for Qatar, they do not allow me to pick the seats after I finish buying the tickets. Okay. However, the good thing about British Airways, BA, is that upon purchasing the ticket, I went to check in, choose my seats. They only open up seats for me which are on the first row.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. So, but not all first rows can fix a bassinet. Okay. So, they know you have an infant. So, because the infant is attached to one of the passengers, which I put it as my wife, right? So, they only open up. Or rather, maybe they lock those seats for passengers with infants. Maybe up until the last day, I don't know. But when I wanted to select the seats, right, they only open up those first row seats with bassinet. So that's the great thing about BA. For Qatar, it was a bit heng suay lah, bro, because I think it opens like 48 hours or 72 hours before our flight. So I had to rush, book. So Sin Doha, we got in between seats. Doha, Edinburgh, we got front seat lah. But either way, also, I mean, because it's a full flight, so I assume the leg space is a bit better than a low cost, right? And the plane is bigger also. I mean, no bearings lah. The plane is bigger or not. Okay, so going. Okay, so this is the debate. My side of the debate. Okay, I would prefer night flight. So
wait. So you say it's 16 hours, including the layover.
Yeah.
So what time you took the flight?
Okay. So for me, if I choose a flight, okay, say anything above 7 hours lah. Okay. Like Bali, Jakarta, Bangkok, all these, KL, we don't count It's only long flights. Anything above 9 p.m.
Okay, so you'll reach there.
Yeah.
Early in the morning.
6. Oh, as in reach. Yeah. So it'll be the next morning. But I mean, there's time difference lah, right? So that one a bit too technical. We think okay, but we just think about 9 p.m. By the time we hit, it's up there already. 10 p.m. Good, bro. Good life. Good life.
No, but you mentioned there's time difference. So
no, but when
you're going,
you don't feel the time difference. The time difference applies when you land. That's where a
true.
problem will occur. Then we deal with it later, right? Okay. So basically 6 hours. So I think the scene Doha rested,
Flawless.
rested. Okay. I think here and there have lah, because I mean my kid was, the baby was, the second one was only 10 months old. So here and there, my toddler. Okay, and thankfully I think because they had a in-flight entertainment, so easy
true,
for the toddler, right? There's games, there's movies and all for him. And you know, he's kind of fascinated by this kind of thing. So okay, easy. Baby, I think okay. Then after that, 3 hour in Doha or 2 hour in Doha. So
what you do then?
Huh?
During the layover?
Just makan lah, bro. Like nothing makan. I mean, because like I've been to Doha before, but it's only for transit. Sometimes when you are transiting, you have this like jitters. Like, am I the correct place or not? Some more if you got family, like family of 4. If you're alone, a bit more steady. But when you're family of 4, you need to be extra precautions. Eat a bit and all. Then after that, I realize usually 5 a.m. Singapore, baby start to wake up already for, you know. Okay, but then after that, I think from Doha to Edinburgh, I think still okay. Still okay. Not
how many hours was it?
Another 6 hours.
Another
6, 7
6
hours. As in, can manage.
But that was already during the day.
Okay, we reached Edinburgh at 6 a.m. Right? So supposedly I think it'll be Singapore 1 p.m. Or something like that.
Okay.
Right, 1 p.m, 12 p.m. or something. Noon. Then we reach 6 a.m. Okay, so the downside, the problem that occurred, and I can't factor this in a bit, would be so when we reach, we didn't immediately like rest. Okay, 6 a.m. we can't even check in.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly. So my point.
So we, I mean, there's always that option where we can put our bags.
Okay.
Right? We put our bags, we have our day, and similarly, September, it gets dark a bit early, right?
What time you get that?
About 6,
Oh,
6-ish, yeah, a bit earlier than Singapore. Then after that, 4 p.m.
So what's the problem now?
The problem is, I mean, okay, the 3 of them, wife, kid, baby, 4 p.m. until the next morning, 10 a.m. they slept through all the way. But for me, I didn't. I mean, okay, like for the 3 of them, I think they needed the sleep, and they needed the rest. I think they're a bit tired. For me, I didn't want to waste, so I walk around alone, right? Just explore a bit here and there. But I mean, I slept at 7 p.m. so, but the whole town gets a bit sleepy even after 6-7 p.m. So it works out.
Okay,
It works out. But I mean, depending on the city that you go to. So I think there's validity in my point. And then my coming back, my coming back was with BA. And then after that, with BA, it was a direct 13 hours. Okay, the bad thing about BA is that, okay, sorry, just now the kata, their bassinet, right, is the normal bassinet that you imagine for aircrafts. It's like a bed, right? A bassinet like a bed.
So how do you utilize that?
Okay, it's actually a preference for the kids, because I saw some of the parents, some of the kids, they like it. For my number 2,
Did he like
he
it?
sometimes like it, sometimes he don't.
So only when he sleep you put in the bassinet?
Yes, but then again, sometimes we can sense that there's a bit of discomfort. You know,
Why is it?
Like he sleeps and he moves around a lot.
Okay.
Like he's not just like macam like, you know, like doesn't look like he's on cloud 9 sleeping. You know, so there's but
is it because of the like not enough cushion or something?
maybe it's just like the rigidity of it, right? The bassinet for BA was a bit worse, not so good. It was like a baby seat, car baby seat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's slanted up like that.
That one not comfortable.
Yeah, it's not comfortable. So that one was severely underutilized.
Wait, I mean, you mean like other parents also?
I think some of the so basically when I took the BA, it was 3, 4, 3. So imagine one family, second family, third family, fourth family, all had bassinets. So there were 4 bassinets in front. And then the others were like angmos and their kids were a bit bigger. So I think they could enjoy it a bit more. But my number 2 was only 10 months. So a bit more like, fragile. I don't want to force him onto it. So the 13-hour was a bit more difficult. But the upside, 13-hour flight, my number 1 slept for 12 hours.
12 hours.
Okay, anyway.
No, but on normal days he sleep.
No, I think he checked.
Right? Oh, okay.
Yeah, because we went we went overseas for 3 weeks. And then we are the kind who walk a lot. So he also walk a lot. And I think he had.
Okay, that's one tip also for y'all out there. Make your kids tired before the flight.
Yeah. I've heard about this before. Like walk around the airport.
Yes.
Right.
The travelator.
Yeah.
I make them walk the opposite way.
Don't let them sleep. Okay, for day flights, do you wake them up earlier?
You mean to go to the airport?
No, not really. Like maybe your flight is at noon.
Okay.
Do you wake them up normal time they wake up?
A bit earlier lah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, for me, my kids wake up very early. So they got sleeping schedule one.
Okay.
So they woke up like they wake up like 5-6 a.m. every day.
Like that's their final waking up time.
Correct.
In the morning. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So
Weekends also.
Oh. So if I want to wake them up earlier, maybe 4 a.m. Yeah, then they'll be a bit more tired in the afternoon.
Yeah, I mean I've heard of this kind of tactics, strategies, is to walk them, right? As in make them walk more. On the way to the airport, don't put them on the pram.
Yes.
Try to get them to walk, laugh, dance, jump, run, whatever it is with whoever is sending you and all these kind of things, and then just so that you will plummet down the whole energy. So for my number 1 on the way back, okay, as another thing also, there's this thing. I assume a lot of you have done this before, but those who have not, okay, if you get the front seat, right? Like for example, this is the seat, right? And then our legs are down. I got him the inflatable.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
To put the legs up.
Correct.
So that it straightens it. Because if not, then he will have he's more than 1 meter in height, right? So it gets a bit uncomfortable. But even with that also, it's better, but it's not the most comfortable. But I mean, I don't know how he slept 12 hours, right? So get that so that he has a bed like kind of structure.
Yalah.
It's a flat bed, so his leg can be up and his body can be flat. I think for those, it works for both if you are at front and if you are in the middle of the seats. I got it from Shopee, and it will what's it called, deflate into like just a very small, like kind of bag.
Then how you inflate it?
We cross over to France, bro. then only the thing inflated. Yeah, so that's the thing. And also, I think the great thing about both Qatar and and BA, when you have kids, the service by the stewards and the stewardess, right, were impeccable. I personally love I love Qatar's service. BA first time I took, and it was great. I mean, the one who attended to me was great. There were 1 or 2 who was a bit of quite assholey to me, and also they gave like
treats for kids.
Treats, like a starter pack kind of thing.
Okay.
But inside there's like eye mask, but with cartoons, this kind of thing, soft toys and all. I think this much I think I would believe that all full flight carriers would give this lah. I mean, it's a nice touch. And also, if you have kids for BA, they allow you to have like a special check-in area.
You mean like a separate one from the rest of the people?
Yeah. So usually when you are having kids, right, it's like very bulky.
Yeah.
Like you have a lot of there's a lot of restrictions in how mobile you can be, right?
Yep.
So they have a designated space for
that's
check-in
good,
counters just for families. Yeah, and
So no need queue.
I mean, ish. I mean, there's almost no queue for this dedicated space.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But how? Okay, so when you reach there, what was your activity with the kids?
With the kids, with the kids, So, my kind of the kind of trip that I went to was a bit kind of like adventure stuff, right? There's really a lot. I can do another episode, a second episode on this.
Sure,
right? We can do another second episode of this, but okay. Before we go to do that on a let's do it on a separate episode, next episode when we do, which is later. Okay, for how easy? Okay, you was it much easier? Okay, you traveled with the four of you plus two parents before, which is your wife's parents, right? In comparison to just the four of you, so you went six of you before, two grandparents.
No.
Oh no,
that one was my family of four, her parents, and her brother's family of four. So
okay.
total it was
two families of four.
Yes.
Plus a pair of grandparents.
Correct. Which is of much greater help lah, of course, because the other family also the kids grown up already. I mean not so grown up, but
right,
teenage already.
So you can
take
feel
care of
you can
Correct.
feel the difference.
Of course, bro.
Okay, your 7 hours is your flight. That's 7 hours. 7 hours. Was
Yes.
it 7 hours?
This was about 7 hours.
So far, that's the longest you've had with kids, be it one
with
kid or two kids.
Kids, yes, correct.
7 hours. And how tired were you?
For me, not very tired lah. My wife more tired lah.
You have to say that. Yeah,
I have to say that. Disclaimer.
You cannot up yourself.
Disclaimer.
Okay.
So it's 7 hours. The seating arrangement was that one I took full flight carrier. So 3, 4, 3.
This is the one with the grandparents.
Correct.
Okay.
So 3, 4, 3. My in-laws. Okay, so my in-laws and my wife and my son was taking the 4 arrangement, and then I was sitting on the 3 arrangement, just me alone. So I was separated from them by the aisle. So my toddler was sitting with my wife. So all the 4 of them were together, and I was separated. So that's why I'm not very tired.
Were you fresh?
I was fresh as a flower, bro.
How fresh was the wife? Same flower?
But after the flight, yeah, that one was different. After that, I kena neck. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so of course, it's much greater help with the 2 grandparents. They can help to take care, switch roles if my wife's tired.
Wait, the baby was how old?
The baby
6
was
months?
not yet 1 year old. Maybe I think 10 months.
Okay.
9, 10 months. Yeah. So she still couldn't she was still just lying down. Cannot stand yet.
Yeah.
So
can turn only lah, right?
Can turn only lah. So just take turns my wife and my mother-in-law. Then after that, at certain times also, like my son, he gets bored, but I still bring him, maybe go to my brother-in-law's family, play with his cousins.
In-flight entertainment very useful for your number one?
Yes, of course. There's a lot of movies. I took Qantas. So a lot of movies to play, a lot of games. But my toddler don't really look. I mean that time she was a baby, so she don't really watch the in-flight entertainment. Yeah. So
number one, number two.
Number two.
Oh, number two.
Yeah.
Of course lah, 10 months old, bro.
Yeah lah.
Of course lah, she don't. I'm asking for number one.
Yeah, number one, of course entertainment.
Okay, do you use a bassinet?
No, I didn't.
That was not.
Okay, that one we didn't manage to get.
Oh, okay.
There was a bassinet option, but we didn't manage.
Who did the booking? Was it you?
No, my wife.
Okay.
Yeah, so didn't get lah. But I mean, okay lah. 7 hours with help, I don't think it's as
But
bad.
can feel the difference lah, right?
Of course,
when just the two of you parents, as compared as when when there's more adults. Yeah.
But sometimes what makes it pressurizing is when your baby or your toddler is just crying for milk or whatever it is.
Did it ever happen to you across both either one of the holidays?
I think it happened once or maybe a few times in the flight. Baby was crying, don't know what she wants. Give milk, also still cry. Then just have to bring her around, just like cuddle her, Yeah.
What's the longest? Like, did it go for hours? Or
no,
like
not
half
hours.
an hour? 20
Maybe
minutes?
max, 20-30 minutes. Yeah.
They're still okay, bro. Right? Like, seen some videos.
Especially when you have other passengers who.
Okay, one thing, right? I feel like, I mean, there are a lot of those a lot of millennials and Gen Zs. I understand traveling is your passion and everything, but when you're faced with this kind of parents, I mean, not all parents are irresponsible about their kids. Not all parents are. I would say most parents are quite responsible with regards to their kids and the well-being of other passengers. They're quite mindful. They're quite considerate. I know there are a few here and there who a bit bochap. They don't prep anything. But I think, firstly, don't stare.
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
You can talk to them, but don't talk to them as if they committed such a crime, and if you can pluck up a bit of courage, then maybe you can just ask them, is there anything you want to help? But if you really irritated, I think, bro, there's a lot of noise cancellation kind of devices that you can use.
Even the airlines provide the headphones.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, I'm just reaching out to those who do not have kids yet and y'all are traveling. Just give it cut a bit of slack. I mean, some babies may be a bit more difficult than others. I'm thankful that I did not go more than 10-15 minutes of the kid crying, and just happened to be my flights had other babies who cry more than my baby. so the attention goes there a bit, right? So I mean, these kind of things, I mean, we can laugh it off now because we've already come back and all. But I think the whole message is just a bit more tolerant, right?
Yes.
Do you feel there's a need?
But I also think it's dependent on the people in the aircraft itself. Okay, so when I went Australia, I took Qantas. A lot of the other passengers were also Australians. So they were very nice. They were supportive of you. I mean, in general, Australians are friendly people, and they are mostly family friendly.
Family oriented,
yes.
Yeah.
So, when your kids cry, they will just oh, what happened to you? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then when your kids are bored, then they will play with your kids. This kind of thing. Yeah. So I'm not sure if you take other kind of flights, what's the experience like? Because I haven't experienced it with other.
I mean, thankfully, I did not experience anybody Haulian because of this. But I know these kind of things happen. I know these kind of things happen. But I mean, thankful. But we'll be traveling more with our kids, and hopefully also, it doesn't happen to us, and hopefully our kids don't be so uncomfortable prolonged period of time. We shall talk about activities in Perth and in UK.
Yes.
On the next episode.
Yep.
Alright, guys. So this is our first episode. Hopefully, we successfully did a good first episode.
So let us know what do you think. Is it night flight better? Day flight better?
Drop it in the comments, guys. I mean, we would love to know. We love to know what's the consensus out there. Whether are you all, those with kids, toddler and babies. Let's say whatever
even if you don't have kids, which one would you prefer the people with kids to take? You know, maybe if night flight,
shoo them away.
if like you prefer them to take night flight, so the kids sleep, they don't make so much noise, or day flight so that you can have a better sleep at night. I don't know. Let us know.
So basically, the big headline of this episode is day flight or night flight for families with kids, and it can be commented by anybody, like you guys or parents or even singles or whatever. Yeah, but.
Or even grandparents.
Even grandparents. Whoever it is. Pilots. Also, you can hear the cries.
Stewardess.
All the stewards and students. Hey, guys, it's been nice doing this. See you at the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.